What's up, guys? Good morning. It is Monday morning at 7:45, 7:50 in the morning, and I wanted to talk about how I can get to save 70+% of what I make. So, I wanted to talk about that at two fronts, both the income front and the expense front. Before I do that, make sure you press that red button that says subscribe, and there's a bell notification. Just gently tap on that bell notification. It gives it a couple hugs. That's that parentheses around the bell, and YouTube will notify you every time I post a new video. All right. Now, with that being said, let's start with the income front and then go to the expense front. By the way, if you want more specific details about the actual income numbers, go watch the income report for April, and I go over all the numbers in detail. This is an overview on the income side, but the specifics on the expense side. So if you want to see the income and all the details, go check out that video. And on your way over there, just make sure you press that thumbs up button. Okay, so the income side. So how I do, and some of this might be a little challenging from a perspective standpoint. Like most people may not think this is possible. However, it clearly fucking is. And changing up here allows you to change your actual routines and the way you do things in life. Okay, so I live on every other paycheck to start with, right? So I get paid every 2 weeks. So I live on 13 paychecks a year, and 13 go directly into savings. So you have to understand what your burn rate is and what that minimum number is. Okay, so now if the next thing is I get bonuses twice per year, assuming that you perform even slightly. I get bonuses for the year, and that bonus, or twice per year, all those bonuses just go straight into savings and investing. So that bumps it up, right? Because I'm already at 50% from living on one paycheck, every other paycheck, right? Then the bonuses just go straight into savings and investing. The rental income in Florida, in the duplex, the Airbnb income in Florida, just get straight into savings, and actually some of that gets reinvested back into the property for upgrades and stuff like that, but I'm counting that as savings because this is a long-term thing, and I will continue to do this because it's going to help me out in the long run to reinvest back into the property. The very small amount that I get from YouTube gets reinvested or saved. Same thing. I'm using those synonymously here, where reinvesting, I'm going to reinvest if the return is going to be higher. So that's why I also reinvest. Amazon, same thing. Like if you watched the video a couple days ago, how I get my internet paid for by Amazon and YouTube. That's me reinvesting because it allows me to work more quickly. I'm able to accomplish more now that I have internet versus just having it on my phone. Next is the options trading. If you want to learn more about the options trading, I also have videos on that. But the options trading, all that money just gets saved and reinvested into more trading. One-time things. Things like, if you watched a video a while back, I made $500 from flipping a car, and this coming week I'm going to be helping my buddy with his business for the day. And so those one-time income things gets saved and invested. And that pretty much covers it. So basically, I don't live on a lot. And so a lot of times people think generally two things. You have to make a shitload of money, or you're depriving yourself of both of those things. And making a shitload of money is a subjective measure, because a shitload of money to you might not be a shitload of money to me. But I do see how obviously making more money is much easier to save than less. But I would say I'm probably on the higher end for a lot of people. But at the same time, even when I was making, like last year, I was working for myself and I was paying myself like $500 a week. I was still saving. Like on $500 a week, that's $2,000 a month, and I was still saving a couple $100 a month. So it doesn't matter how much I make, I'm still going to save. And the same thing goes, like, if you have an objective, if you're trying to achieve something, like, it doesn't matter what you're making, you can make other things, right? Like, you have that trade-off, the opportunity cost. Like, if I spend the money here to if this is your objective and you spend money here, then you're not going to be able to take this step, which allows you to move closer to your objective. So every time you decide to spend money on things that are not moving you closer to your objective, you're just pushing that objective further and further and further into the future. And that's how I think about things. Now, with that being said, I wanted to get onto the spending side or the expense side, right? So for this apartment, I live in Massachusetts, and I pay $850 a month. Definitely don't need an apartment this size. I will not be renewing the lease, and if something comes up or if I am able to lock up a property, I will be moving into that and just breaking the lease here, even if I have to pay for one additional month. It's just it's $850 that I could be putting into a savings or investment vehicle for me. So that's $850. The next thing down is food, which is $90 per week, so $360 per month. And with my food, I like to go in and say, get obviously what I need kind of thing, but I like to keep it under the budget and still be able to get something this week that I'll actually need in the future. So that way I'm always planning ahead so that I don't ever go over my budget. So 2 weeks ago, I was under my budget, and there was also actually clearance at Aldi's on some ground beef. So I was able to get extra ground beef. I was under my budget that week, and that sets me up better for this week. And then like a lot of times I'll do this with spices or like other things, because I might be at 85, so I have $5, so I'll get some extra spice or like a caffeine pill, or like when I do the rice, I'll try to get a bigger thing of rice or some like olive oil. 2 weeks ago or something, I'm going to be running out of olive oil probably within the next month, and I was under my budget, around $10. So that $10, I bought an extra thing of olive oil so that I'm planning ahead, so when my olive oil does run out, I don't have to actually get more. And a lot of people don't want to take the time to save for things that they want. So I would like to get some more protein powder. I don't have any protein powder. I haven't had any protein powder for probably a month and a half. And protein powder, I'll probably just get something at Walmart. It'll probably be around $40, which that takes up around 40%-ish of my budget, right? So I have to, if I don't want to go over my budget, that's a constraint. I want to plan ahead, right? So getting that extra meat, getting the extra spices, the olive oil, all these little things, and I actually probably have some extra vegetables that will carry over from this week to next week. So next week, depending on how everything is looking at the end of this week, I may actually potentially be able to buy my protein next week. I mean, like, obviously I could just buy it, but that defeats the purpose, right? Because every time I go further in this direction and I'm trying to go this way for my goals, like, if I go this way, it moves that further into the future. So I try not to do that. Next thing is gas for the house. There's a tank. Like every place else I've lived, I've never had heat where it's where you get gas delivered. So on average, I think it's been about $300 per time that I do it, and it lasts me probably 4 months. So I put away about $60 per month towards that, and I'll get into actually how I structure this with my savings and whatnot. Electric, generally speaking, is in like the 30s to 40s, so I put about $40 away for that per month. So when I get my one paycheck, all these bills come out of the paycheck right here. Gas. This is gas for the automobile, not gas for the house. Gas for the automobile, I figure I fill up probably about once per week. I feel this past time I've only filled up, it'll probably be about 3 weeks and 2 fills in the 3 weeks. So I filled up on the 30th of April. I filled up yesterday, the 12th of May. So I'm thinking that I should be able to get it till the end of this week, and that will be 20 days roughly with only one fill. So we'll see how that goes. Student loans. I have a massive amount of student loans. If you watch the net worth video, you can see my student loan amount. But I was self-employed in 2018 for a decent portion of the year. So the income I made in 2018 was, the income I showed on my tax return in 2018 was very low. So I am currently not paying anything on my student loans. First of all, I don't think, or I don't even slightly pretend to think that that is a smart, intelligent choice for the vast majority of people who will be watching this. I'm in the process of trying to buy 1 or 2 rental properties, and I would like to preserve my cash flow right now so that I can get more assets. And then once I already have 1 rental property, right? So once I can get 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 rental properties, then I would like to just go ham on the student loans. I have over $100,000, so I want to get these assets, because once I have the houses, that will basically cover all my expenses, and then all of the income from jobs and other things that I do will go straight towards student loans. Like, I won't even have to live off of one paycheck. I will just live off of the rental income. Anyways, the next thing, my gym membership is $19.99. Miscellaneous stuff with my girlfriend. So go out to dinner. We see each other about once per month. She lives in a different state. So thumbs up for that shit. That's so a lot of times we'll go on vacation or do other things. So if we don't spend that, I'll just leave it there and put it towards the next month, or if I want to buy her a gift or whatever the case is. Insurance, I put away $30 per month. Car maintenance, I put away around $100 a month. So how I actually structure it is I keep primarily, and then there's leftover, and we'll just let that sit there. So how I do it is I have, I think 4 accounts. I have 2 checking and, 4 accounts with this one bank, 2 checking and 2 savings. So the gas for the house, the electric, and I'm just looking at my notes over here, the gas for the house, for heating, the electric, the insurance, the car maintenance, so that's $60, $40, $30, and $100. Comes out to be $230. Every time I get paid for the money that I'm going to spend, not the money that's saving, but the money I'm going to actually spend, I take $230 and I put it into a separate account. And then when I have to buy shit for my car, when I have to pay my insurance, when I have to get the gas or pay the electric, that just comes out of that account. And the stuff, everything else pretty much stays in the primary checking account. Then there's a primary savings account, and then there's another checking account which I more than likely I'm just going to use for vacation. So I'll probably add a line in there for vacation. Then there's also some people like to spend money on themselves. I don't really care too much, but I do probably buy like some supplements every once in a while. So I want to put something in there for that, but I don't know exactly how much I want to do for that. So, because like some months I won't spend anything on myself, and then another month I might spend something. So maybe putting in like a line item for things that I want to spend for myself, or things that maybe I would like to get. I don't know if I can need a lot. Like, I'm happy with what I have, but sometimes I would like to get something. So I think I might add a line item in there for $50 a month on things that I might like to purchase, and just leave that there and allow that to accumulate. Because like, to me that's more fun. I'd rather, save that and get something bigger than spend that $50 on something that doesn't bring me a tremendous ROI. But anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure to press that subscribe button. I go over the details of all my information, and hopefully hopefully somebody is able to actually garner some type of useful or valuable information out of this to make decisions for themselves or change their maybe perspective on reaching whatever it is that they're trying to achieve in life. So don't forget to subscribe and press that little bell notification. Appreciate you guys. Hope you create an amazing week. Peace.